Hey, HD Man Joel. And we've got 2 kilo of duck. Whew. Some good shit. Gonna barbecue this one. I don't know much besides reading off the packet and eating a lot of fucking duck. I know we have to marinate at some point, poke holes, and then dry it in the fridge. So we're cooking it, tomorrow. Yeah, it's definitely a big bird. Rinsed bad boy. Suppose we can even grab it by the neck to transport it. It's interesting, the skin's really loose. Got to puncture a bunch of like holes or something so juices and shit kind of escapes and makes it juicy and shit, as well as the marinade penetrating into the flesh. I'm going to put in a Ziploc bag with some basic ingredients and just a very basic slurry of vegeta, onion powder, a bit of ginger, bunch of soy sauce, fish sauce, oil, and citrus lemon juice. Nothing fancy. It's all mixing in there, soaking in the juices, soy sauces and oils, just penetrating in there. Chuck her in the fridge. 8 hours later, I flipped it, just because I don't have enough fluids in here to cover the entirety of the bird. Pulled 8 hours, but the fuck it dicks. Pulled out 8 hours later. I've got about 14 hours until I'm chucking this on the grill, and I want it to reach temperature, I suppose. Pull it out and let it, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I need to put this on a rack and put it in the fridge. Happens I don't have a fucking rack. So I've got a plate with a bunch of forks. And it's really had a chance to take in all those juices I mixed. There's an amazing aromatic smell of soy and wood smoke and sweet tones coming off of this dead bird. I think it's going to work, man. Fridge time, bitch. I am seriously retarded and have no idea what I'm doing. Supposedly leaving it in the fridge bare ass is going to tone it, do starches, tighter skin, crispier skin, all that bullshit. Though I'm learning that there's certain things you put bare ass in the fridge for a different cooking experience, like cold rice, and then you deep fry it the next, fry it the next day for some really nice fry rye. Nice. Fire's burning nice, hot and strong. This makes it really easy. Just did it at the base, the wind caught it and took off like a champion. Sitting out of the fridge for 4 or 5 hours. As soon as the barbecue's clean and the fire's burnt down to hot coals, we'll chuck her on. Seriously, this is the quickest and best fire I've ever started, man. That blowtorch is a godsend. Sprinkled some vegeta, letting it dry out, starting to stoke those coals. Hour from starting, we've got some very nice hot coals and chucking some fat lard drippings onto the plate for delicious lubrication. Place on the grill that's off the direct heat to absorb it through the metal and the smoke, but not direct cooking. When the flame is manageable, apply direct heat. I find due to how fatty and oily these birds are that it's going to stoke and increase the fire fairly soon, so you want to take it off the heat once it starts getting a bit high. Just love watching the fat drip and just ignite mid-air. That's amazing. So the both sides are definitely seared. It's just about the slow cook for the rest of the time, and just crisping the skin ever so slightly more without burning it. So it's more or less indirect from now on. Going to try to brown the sides up a bit to get an even crispiness. I'm going to do most of the cooking with the rear hole up. I put the last of its marinating juices back inside to steam up and permeate the inside. It's beautifully crispy. indirect. I'm flipping it around to evenly cook it on each side. And on this side it's easy to just put the tongs straight in to pick it up and move it. When it comes to the final press on the other side, I'll flip and leak the juices into the fire to re-cook it back into the meat. This is also the last of the firewood that I'll probably put in. There's a lot of coal in there, so that's going to burn for quite a long time. We're about a little more than an hour in, and this side beautifully crisp. It's probably cooked to perfection. I slowly leaked the inside juices into the log, and we're going to cook the underside and crisp that up for a little while on the direct heat. Pull it off direct heat, let it smoke, then serve. Well, after resting, of course. Beautifully crisped on both sides. The fire is slowly dying. We're just going to let it die out, naturally smoke and self-rest. And with just the smouldering hot coals and a gentle stream of heat and smoke, we're going to let it rest and smoke further. We're going to crisp some of the areas where the fire couldn't reach. Little butane torch. And it's browning instantly, beautifully. The butane torch and gas is food safe. You can buy it in Asian supermarkets or online. I was inspired to use this to caramelize food after sampling sushi in Japan that was browned up by one of these guns. Gives all food an instant smoke flavour smell. Ever so slight amount of blood, a little pink on the inside. We've quartered it, but we can chuck it in the air fryer, crisp up the inners and serve hot. The uncooked bits facing up, we're just going to put it at 250 degrees for less than 5 minutes to remove the pink. Sorted it without any issues, nice and crispy. An air fryer is a super powerful tool to have in your arsenal of cooking. It's a mini conventional oven that gets very hot very quickly, super easy to control, crisp up and cook things through where you may fail under a flame where there's not as much control, such as the rawness inside. It's very smoky, very crispy, super delicious, super oily. What I find about duck is it tires you out as you eat it. If you eat too much, you're instantly sleepy and you just fall into that hectic food coma. Probably eat it definitely in moderation. Nonetheless, not too hard, very successful. Came out a lot like those Chinese barbecue places where they chop up and throw it on some rice. Peace the fuck out, happy barbecuing, and catch you motherfuckers later. Yoi!